everyone, welcome back to another episode in UCSI Podcast. In today's episode, we're on a mission to uncover the truth. And in today's studio, we have two wonderful guests with us here today. Introducing Dr. Junaid from the Faculty of Pharmacy and also Dr. Eugenie representing the Faculty of Medicine. How are y'all doing today?
Good,
Doing
thank
great.
you.
That's nice to hear. Alright, thank you so much for making time and joining us here today. And before we bust some myths, I would love our listeners to get to know you on a personal level, alright? So, can you please tell us what inspired you to pursue a career in health sciences?
Hi, I'm Dr. Junaid. Thank you for the introduction. So I always wanted to join some healthcare profession. And also wearing white coat looks so fascinating.
I see.
But that's not the real case. I always wondered that how a small pill can create an impact, so much big impact. So then I ventured into healthcare.
I see. It's interesting. Dr. Eugenie?
For me, I chose environmental health because I wanted to know how our surroundings affect our well-being and why do some groups in the population face a greater health risk. So this curiosity grew into research passion for me and as well as a teaching interest. So together, all of these roles shaped me to be who I am today.
Definitely, that's really wonderful, beautiful journey. Okay, now let's talk about the programs at UCSI. In your opinion, what do you enjoy most about leading the faculty and what do you think makes UCSI different compared to the other universities?
UCSI Pharmacy program is the first one to be offered in the private sector. So we have that right recipe of mixing brain with hearts. And the most rewarding thing is to see the students who came and who were very afraid of talking to the patients and who end up talking confidently and counseling the patients.
I
So
see.
it's just like seeing the caterpillars turning into butterflies.
Wow, that's really nice. Dr. Eugenie?
I think as a head of research and a head of postgraduate studies, I enjoy seeing students bloom. So when they first come to us, they may not be as skillful, but through the years of medical training and clinical training, they eventually develop into skilled and caring professionals, which is very rewarding for us as academicians. The Faculty of Medicine has this medical program. In our medicine program, we blend solid academic training with early and steady clinical exposure. So our faculty sits right next to the hospital. So from a very, very early years, they get blend into a clinical setting. So it's not something that is being rushed. It's something that's natural, and it's something that they get they feel comfortable with. It's not something that makes them nervous. So which is good. And to add, we actually send some of our high achievers to Harvard Medical School. This is for our Star Trek program, where they get to learn from world leaders in terms of research. To add on top of that, we have the Tan Sri Noor Hisham mentoring program that gives students direct access to one of the world's most respected healthcare leaders. And this experience, I think, in a nutshell, will groom them for years of success.
I see. So it's really inspiring to see that, it's like watching a baby, crawling, walking, and then running.
Yeah.
And as for UCSI, it sounds really convenient as well for the students with early exposure and stuff. It keeps them ready before facing, stepping foot in the real world of medicine, right? Alright, moving on. UCSI is also pretty well known for having hands-on and also real-world practices rather than depending on books itself. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yes, exactly. Like Doctor mentioned, that we have our own UCSI hospital. So students are there right from the beginning. They don't get nervous when they, go into a real life setting. They have been exposed to this much earlier in their life, not only waiting for the final year rotations. And then we also focus on the adapting the new technology like telepharmacy, like robotics, and how to incorporate this AI and make our pharmacists ready for the future technology.
I see. Interesting. Dr. Eugenie?
I think that the Junaid has mentioned most of it. Maybe I could just add on that in the medical program, we also have simulation labs, and we do case-based learning, and as well as some digital tools to make the lesson interesting and practical at the same time.
Sounds really engaging, right? All right, moving on to extroverts and introverts. So, do you think the extroverts actually have like an upper hand compared to the introverts in the medical field?
So I think that pharmacy is a profession who have very different kind of working environments, so which is suitable for both introverts and extroverts. Those who are more introverts kind of students, they end up working in industries, and those who are extroverts who like to interact with the patients, they can join community pharmacy or hospitals. So it's suitable for both.
Both. Ah, that's interesting. So there's room for basically both of them
Yes.
in the medical field. So no one gets an upper hand.
Yeah.
So both get chance,
Both
equal
get
chances.
equal chances,
Yes.
right? All right. Okay, interesting. Dr. Eugenie, anything to add on?
I think to each is its own. So your personality will sort of define you as you groom into your career itself. So like Dr. Junite say, if you're extrovert, then you choose a path where you engage more with people. So in medical field, it's likewise the same. If you are an extrovert, you could, choose a profession where you can speak to children all the time. You can engage with them, play with them, try to ease their fears when they come and see you. If you're an introvert, then you can maybe choose a field in surgery where you don't really have to converse much and you just focus on the procedure that you have to do on that day.
That's really interesting. So another myth busted, I guess.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about real pressure. The stigma is most households, especially Asian households, is that achievement is often validated or basically attained if you choose like a certain path, and in this case, medicine, right? So therefore, a decision to become a doctor is often due to external pressure rather than passion itself. So how does that impact the individual when they tend to, pressure over passion? So how does that impact an individual?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question, because in our Asian homes, parents always influence the career choice of their children. But now we have seen the Gen Z is kind of refusing that pressure, and they have more empowered to choose their own career.
Yeah.
And especially talking about healthcare like medicine and pharmacy, here we are dealing with the lives of the patients. So if you're not compassionate about this profession, then you should not be joining this.
True.
So you need to have empathy and passion for this profession.
So yeah, basically lives are at stake.
Yes.
True. Dr. Eugenie?
I think the journey will be very tough if you do not have passion, like what Dr. Junite say. And because the journey is so tough as well, you not only need passion, you need the interest and the desire to help others, while you yourself can be facing challenge of your own. But at the same time, you come to work day in, day out, clock in your hours, and then be there with your patient, walk with them. Not only provide the treatment, but provide the emotional support sometimes.
I see. Basically, passion keeps you moving,
Yep.
but at the very same time, pressure is often needed.
Yes.
Sometimes as well.
You can think of pressure as the push,
Push?
but passion is what drives you further.
Wow,
Yep.
pretty eye-opening. Okay, moving on. So let's loosen things up. So let's play a mini game, shall we? So in this segment, I'll be passing you one cardboard. So let's say it's myth or fact. So I'll be reading you a question, and if you think it's a myth,
Thank you.
tell the camera it's a myth, and if you think otherwise, then show the other side. Alright, let's dive in. You must be a science genius in order to pursue health science.
Myth.
Why is that so?
Because you don't need to be an Einstein to join any healthcare profession.
I see.
What needs is your passion, your hard work, and discipline to that. Because even a genius can make mistakes, but
True.
if you're hardworking, so you can cover all that mistakes and medication errors done by that genius.
Oh, it's interesting. Dr. Eugenie?
For me, it's a myth as well, because I was never a science genius, first and
Same.
foremost. And I would think that while strong academic performance helps, but in the medicine journey, you need to have persistence, empathy, as well as the spirit to have a lifelong learning.
True. So it's basically not just about books and papers. There definitely are the contributing factors as well, right?
Yep.
Alright, next. Some students think that studying medicine or pharmacy means memorizing everything. So,
This is also a myth. So it's not totally about relying on your memory, but also it involves critical thinking, analysis, understanding of that thing, so you can apply that whatever you have memorized into the real world setting.
I see.
So there are other skill sets which are needed, like communication skills, soft skills.
True,
So,
true.
yeah.
Not just about memorizing.
Not about
right?
memorizing.
Yeah, you gotta apply it as well.
Yes.
All right, Dr. Eugene.
For me, it's in between a fact and a myth. I would say a myth partly, because every medical student will know how thick the textbooks are.
True.
So it can be, you can possibly not read them before exam. So while memorization can be a part of the process, but the true success lies in understanding the concept, like what Dr. Junaid say, and then applying critical thinking and solving problems in a real world. So communication, teamwork, and professionalism are equally essential for a safe and effective practice.
I see. All right. So there are other crucial skills that are important, right?
Yep.
All right. So it's also inevitable that the MD field is hard, and they usually tend to say once you step foot in the medical field, there's no work-life balance. There's no vacation. Say bye-bye to all of those. So myth or fact? And also you can add on, how do you get work-life balance?
I think this is again
Also
a myth.
Okay, we're on this trick right now.
Yeah.
All right. So.
So it's all about, like you mentioned, is work-life balance. So we do have very packed schedule, but if we want our hobby or if we want to engage with our family members and friends, so we need to add that as a schedule or add them into calendar. But we need to take out time if we want. But if someone is not interested, they can just make an excuse that I'm busy.
Yeah, true.
So it's based on personal preference also.
I see. Okay. So do you do that, doctor?
Yes. If
Well,
I want to go somewhere, I will make sure that I have time. If I'm not interested, I'll just say, oh, sorry, I'm busy.
busy. All right.
Everyone do this.
Yeah, true. All right. Dr. Eugenie?
For me, it's a myth. I think you mentioned that medicine is hard. I think let's rebrand that and think of it as healthcare is demanding and challenging, but maybe let's not brand it as hard, because everything changes the way we perceive a situation. And I think work-life balance needs to be intentional, because like I mentioned, that our life is demanding and challenging. So when we want to develop a balance in between having a hobby, in between having family time, it needs to be intentional. It needs to be, for me, it's that when I get home, I try my best to not work. I try to keep my laptop away if I can. And I try to schedule emails for the next day. So these are intentional habits that I try to cultivate. This is something that's very interesting that my colleagues and I are doing, is that when we want to have a hobby together, we actually bookmark each other's calendar. So we intentionally make it possible to happen.
There's actually a phrase for that. If you wanted to, you would.
You would be able to
You would
make
be
it.
able to, and also lies down to time management skills as
Yep.
well, right? And also you mentioned about medicine. I mean, it's not hard. You can rephrase that, it's demanding, and I absolutely gotta agree with you, because it's all about perspective.
Yep.
And I feel like every field has its challenges, it has its pros and also cons as well. So another myth busted. All
Yeah.
right, moving on. Moving on. Okay, being a doctor is super cool, like what we see in Korean movies and also English movies. So, is it the same? Is working in real life same as the movies?
I think it's a myth again,
Again.
because it's a real life and we don't have retakes in real life. We are dealing with the
Good
life of the
point.
patients.
Yeah.
And yes, we might not look like a hero because we are rushing here and there, filling prescriptions. So we may not look like a hero, but we do have the emotions for our patients so that we can give them the best medication and the therapy. But yes, just like movies, we may fall in love in the corridor, but that love will be for the coffee vending machines.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
I think real life in medicine is far more complex than what we see on movies. And we do save life, but it has a cost. It comes with long hours. It comes with making difficult decisions. It comes with having your emotions being challenged day in and day out. So I would say it's not as glamorous as what you see on the dramas. And definitely, you wouldn't have time to ensure your makeup is as perfect as the K-dramas.
That makes total sense, right? Actually, speaking about dramas and movies, do you all have a personal favorite movie? I mean, related to medicine and all that.
The landmark one, The Grey Anatomy. I think that's one that we all really like. I do go and watch those K-dramas. I watch so many of them, I may not just recall the name.
I see, Dr.
Yeah.
Junai.
I think one point of time I was addicted to The Good Doctor.
That's
That
a
was
really
very good
show.
series, yeah.
Me too.
So I like that.
Nice, interesting. Alright, moving on. Pharmacists spend all day standing behind the counter, only counting and dispensing medicine, and they don't really interact with patients. Right?
Oh, that's a very big myth. So we are not just dispensing medications, but we are analyzing the prescription. We are removing the medication errors and drug interactions, and the most importantly, counseling the patients and showing our empathy and making sure that they take the medication as prescribed, to ensuring their medication adherence.
So, alright.
I think to add on to what Dr. Junai said as well, I think pharmacists also collaborate very closely with doctors to ensure that we deliver an optimized treatment which is suitable for each and every patient that we come across.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, that's interesting. So basically that's just more about just counting medicines, being behind the counter. There's also interaction involved at the end of the day, right? Alright, next. If you faint at the sight of blood, you can't become a doctor.
Myth.
Go for
Many people feel uneasy at first. But however, this is a feeling that can be overcome with exposure and training, which I think it's good where UCSI is at, because we start from an early and a steady exposure. I think that's a plus by itself. And to add that, medicine actually offer many specialty, some of which also involve very minimal contact with blood. So this fear shouldn't discourage anyone from pursuing medicine.
I see, interesting. So basically, because it's not, I mean, blood is related, but it's not the main.
Yeah.
There's also other parts like radiology and all that.
Yes.
That does not involve blood. as
Yeah,
well.
surgery is just one department.
Just one
there are so
department.
many other
There's
departments.
So many other departments.
You can be a PEDS and you might like the
Yeah,
job.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to add on, Doctor?
Yeah, same like this, especially for pharmacists, most of the time you are dealing with the medication chart, so you have minimal interaction with the blood. And like Dr. Eugenie mentioned, we expose our students early years in the blood screening and all those things, so they overcome this fear in their early
In
years.
that time.
Yeah.
Maybe it might be hard at first, but you'll get used to it
Yeah.
eventually.
Exactly.
Right? Alright, true. And after you graduate medical or pharmacy school, you'll immediately be rich.
Myth.
It's a myth.
Yeah.
Why is that so? And how do you also climb up that financial ladder and achieve that financial stability?
Okay, first of all, there is nothing like immediate. So all the professions, you have a gradual hike. And pharmacist or pharmacy profession or any healthcare profession, it's globally very demanding. And if you are good at what you are doing, then there are very good rewards.
True.
Yeah, but it's not like once you are graduated, so tomorrow you will be driving Tesla, so that's not true.
Alright, that's true.
I think a lot of people, when they think about pursuing medicine, they probably have a Ferrari or a Lamborghini imagined at the back of their head. So in 5 years of my career, or in my 10 years of years of being a surgeon, I imagine I would have, Ferraris and Lamborghinis parked. However, I would like to say, while that is pretty much possible, I would say that this career is a financial stable career in the long term. However, the early years involve a lot of hard work, long hours, as well as a modest pay. So the modest pay is there when you start your career, and the true reward actually lies in the privilege of helping others. That's what keeps you going. Because there may be a time that your Ferrari is outside, but you will be so busy in the hospital, you may not have much time to drive it by the countryside, for a joyride. So really, I think you need to derive that privilege of helping others and let that be the real, true and ultimate reward.
I see. Alright. So it's not about the Lambo being a reward, but helping others.
Exactly.
I see. So
That keeps you going.
That keeps you going. I see. Alright. We've officially busted some myths, but before ending, let's do a quick rapid fire round. Can I have your cardboards back? I'll pass you a different cardboard. So on this cardboard, it says true or false. Alright.
Thank you.
So if you think it's true, and if you think otherwise, then yeah. Alright. Do you think social media affects how people view healthcare?
True.
True. Why is that so?
Because everyone is now a healthcare professional or a doctor on TikTok, and the general public easily gets influenced by those videos. Like a random guy talking about cancer treatments or a simple herbal solution curing your cancers without any scientific claims or evidence. So it really influences general people's mind. So we need qualified healthcare professionals doing the same thing, delivering the education and evidence-based knowledge to the general public in a funnier way, rather than those unqualified people doing this.
Yes, I see. Alright, actually, yeah, because like sometimes when you like go to Google and actually like search up your symptoms, they straight away bring you to like cancer, and that kind of like instill like sort of fear in individuals, right? Which is kind of bad. What about you, Dr. Eugenie?
I think social media helps with awareness, and they're very good with that. We become very aware of what are going on around us. We are very aware with the tips on how to have a good weight management, what are certain exercises that we could do on a daily basis. But at the same time, if there is a misinformation, then that spreads very quickly like wildfire. So a lot of time, I think as a members of the public, we need to have certain kind of additional gesture to verify with the healthcare professionals. Okay, I saw this on Facebook. Could you tell me if this is legit? Or I saw a face cream on Shopee that says it's really good. I could be like really fair in 3 days. So doctor, what do you think? Do you think this could work? Or do you think this is a dangerous or poisonous product? So it's good to take one step further and to verify.
I see. So basically it's more about using social media wisely, right? And not just trusting everything on social media.
Don't be scammed.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think especially during COVID, a lot of misinformation started spreading. Everyone started becoming doctors, and yeah, it's actually a really good example. Alright, moving on. Do you believe students today have it tougher than before?
True.
I would say true.
Like the way I'm looking at it, it's very difficult for the students these days to focus on their studies, provided all these social media distractions, checking their notifications after every 10 minutes. And yeah, I think during our time, the only distractions were mosquitoes.
Alright, I think it's due to the short attention span.
Short attention span due to this social media.
I see.
Even you turn off the notifications, you check again after 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's habit.
So it's
right?
addiction.
It's addiction, in other words. Alright. Doctor?
For me, I would think that yes, it's tougher because with the technological advancement, a lot of the students now are expected to know more because we think that information is very readily available. So sometimes as a lecturer, we expect our student to have read up a little bit more because, how ready is information in today's world. Back then, we need to go to the library, we need to line up to get a certain textbook. But today, a lot of things are Googleable. So I think the expectation of a lecturer on a student may have evolved in some ways. And I think it may seem a little tougher.
Alright, yeah, especially having everything at the tip of your finger.
Yep.
ChatGPT, DeepSeek, just name it, right?
Yep.
Alright, next, do you believe laughter is a good medicine?
Yes. Laughter is a good medication because it do not need prescription. It is free without any side effects, and it improves patients' quality of life.
I see, it's interesting. What about Dr. Eugenie?
I think laughter can actually reduce stress. Nowadays, we have a lot of stress. Stress from the family, stress from friends, stress from work. And I think we need laughter to reduce that stress. And once stress is reduced, most of the time we have better sleep, we have a better well-being, and a better confidence to move on to the next day.
Well, coming back to the question, what do you all do to actually be happy? Any hobbies that you all try doing?
Yes, I think we force ourselves to indulge in like hobbies. Like I go for badminton once in a week, or go watch movie, no matter how much my workload is.
I see.
But like since we are working like a machine, so we need time to reset ourselves,
I
to
see.
get refreshed, so that next day we have the same energy to work.
To work.
Otherwise, we will burn out.
Burning out. True.
For me, I would say I try to eat as regular as I can with my friends, because we all need someone to talk to. We all need someone to listen to us rant about our everyday life sometimes. So I think having friends, having someone who is willing to listen to you, it's a plus. And on top of that, as a girl, let me just say, perhaps self-love is just as important. Have that little me time, if you need to go and watch a movie by yourself, maybe randomly schedule a flowers delivery for yourself, a little pick-me-up when you feel extremely stressed at work, or when you feel extremely stressed in your university. I think a little surprises for yourself may go pretty far.
That's really wholesome. To be honest. Alright. Moving on to our last question. Do you think AI will replace doctors and pharmacists?
False. AI can help the healthcare professionals. Like previously, whatever clerical task which we need to do, it can be fast now, and pharmacists now can give more time in doing the clinical decision making, or talking to the patients, understanding their problems, which AI cannot do. AI cannot hold hand of the patient and ensure them that they are safe. So this empathy factor AI will never be able to do. But yes, AI can make our life easier, the healthcare professionals' life.
But they're definitely not going to
They're
replace
definitely
completely,
not,
for
yes.
sure, right? A helping hand for sure, but
Yeah,
definitely
helping
not
hand,
fully
no,
replacing
cannot.
us, right? Dr. Eugene?
I think AI can assist in diagnostics and data analysis, like Dr. Junaid has mentioned. But for me, there are three things that AI can never do. AI does not have empathy. AI cannot make an emotional judgment. And AI definitely cannot make a human connection. And it's very important, especially in the hospital, they need that emotional support. Even if it's not for the patient, the family members may need it as well.
True, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny to think how an AI will actually go up to a family member and give them a hug.
Yeah,
I
and
think
say,
it's
don't
definitely
worry.
it's nowhere compared to a human giving a hug, right? All right. So I can have your cupboard back. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's wrap up this segment by being a little bit personal, all right? So if you were in academia, what other career would you have opted for?
If I was not in academia or healthcare, maybe today I can say that I will be a social media influencer.
Wow.
Maybe unboxing medications.
Whoa.
But maybe back in time when I was doing my undergrad, any kind of but healthcare related profession. I can't think of anything other than healthcare.
Okay. See, a passion for sure.
Yep.
All right.
For me, I think if I'm not in academia, I would like to be an occupational therapist that works with children. I would like to teach children how to hold a pen so they don't feel stressed. I would like to teach children like this is how you take a first step. So you're not so pressured, as a parent. Why is my child not working? And you get stressed. Why is my child not speaking? Should I be worried? So I would like to be that occupational therapist that to tell them to give the child time and to tell the child if you take your first step this way, it's more stable and you'll be able to get there faster. So if you grip your pencil this way, it will be more steady. You can write more and the pigment will be darker. So things like that inspires me.
Wow.
Yep.
Really, really interesting.
Yep.
Right, moving on. What's one hope you have for the future of healthcare education in Malaysia?
The one hope for healthcare education is that we can produce pharmacists who are ready to embrace the new technology and not let that technology replace them. So they are also like future ready, and at the same time they have that empathy for their patient so that they can give them good counseling and also be able to deal with those patients who are coming to the pharmacy by reading their symptoms on Google.
Oh, I see, I see. Alright, very interesting. Dr. Eugenie?
I would just add on to what Dr. Junai had mentioned, where we want a more holistic healthcare scenario where we integrate technology and empathy. Maybe it would be good to also have interprofessional collaboration between a doctor and a pharmacist. I think that's important. I think one of which that we can work together would be like medication error. So that's one of it. And maybe we can also work with other healthcare professions and see how we can bring down like antibiotic resistance, which is increasing. So I hope that in future medicine will not be silo. We will work interprofessional in all of these topics that's coming up, like planetary health, antibiotic resistance, medication error, and many more.
So, in other words, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
Exactly.
For real.
Yep.
Alright, lastly, if you could give one message to aspiring doctors or pharmacists, what would it be?
I will advise them, like I said earlier, that do not join this profession if you do not have passion for that. Because people choose pharmacy, or people come to the pharmacy when they put trust in yourself. So do not join this profession if you're not so passionate about it, and if you don't love people or you don't love science.
I
Yes.
see. Alright, Dr. Eugenie?
I think medicine is not just a profession, but it's a lifelong commitment to learning and to service. So I hope that everybody can stay curious, stay humble, and always remember that behind every diagnosis that you make is someone who needs your care and your understanding.
I see. So it's all about having that passion. It's all about a journey, and not a sacrificial thing, but a commitment for sure.
Yep.
Right. Alright, that's all from us for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, Dr. Junai and Dr. Eugenie.
And thank
that's-
you very
Thank you
much
for
to you
having
too.
us.
You're welcome. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you very much, and till next time.
Bye-bye.